Okay, today we're going to be taking a look at another beautiful example of the Simpsons Pinball Party by Stern. It came out in 2003. This thing has been restored beautifully. At Ford Arcade, I can tell you there's a lot of known as, he says, is one of the most complex games. There's a lot going on though. You got the Cletus orbit up here. You got the Apu hook shot right around here. Comic Guy standard. You got a ramp that goes to the Treehouse of Horror. You have the living room, the TV loop, this little lock loop. Apu's garage. No, I'm sorry, not Apu's. Simpsons garage opens up and it goes up into like a left turn. You have a lower orbit behind Homer. You have an upper orbit around him. That's a translucent ramp. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is not an orbit. This is the wraparound that goes into a kickback that shoots back out. This is the orbit that goes all the way around the far right, past the duck, behind Homer, underneath the entire living room, and coming out on the Cletus side. That's just the back part. Everything else in the front, you have wireforms coming around the nuclear towers, the cooling towers. You have the left in lane and right in lane covered. You have the little gate here, flipper here, crusty spinner here. And yeah, then you also have this up here, a tiny little section up here in the back. The living room, you have a roundabout shot here that comes from the lower buck, I believe. Yeah, there's a buck behind there. Then you have the lock shot up here, goes to this, and then wrap around the TV, which goes left to right. Okay, we're gonna start with the crusty shot right here with the spinner, the far right. You send the PinSnake all the way up here. Come around, you go past the spinner. You can see it wrap around behind the TV. And pull it right back out again. That's a pretty straightforward shot right there. Okay, Moe's Tavern shot is the orange translucent ramp that comes around. Right here you have a gate that goes both ways, right up through the plastic, goes around Homer's neck, comes right up to the other side. You can take the PinSnake almost all the way up to the wire form. Now when you're pulling back, there's a gate here. I'm just gonna lift that up, pull it back. And the auto bus tour shot goes right around the bottom part of his neck, goes right into a saucer. You can see it underneath the orange ramp right here. I can get all the way up to the saucer. I'm trying to pull it. There's a switch on there, so you don't want to get too close to it. You don't want to inadvertently pull that metal. And then what that does is it kicks the ball out into the right orbit to feed the right flipper, the right upper flipper. Underneath the upper playfield, the living room, we have the Simpsons garage. We have the double scoring quickie mart with Apu. It's kind of like almost a triangle turn. Then we have the Treehouse of Horror ramp shot underneath this treehouse mod. There's a gate up there, and that feeds it all the way up into this buck, which is behind the living room up there, and pops down into your left flipper, your left tiny mini flipper. All right, so starting with quickie mart, just gonna slowly go in, just kind of feed it in a little bit. You're not trying to make that full 180 turn. Don't have to. You can attack it from both sides. That way you get more pressure on what you need on each side instead of trying to do it halfway. There we go. Turn it to this side. Feed it right through again. Just be nice and gentle. I'm not trying to, again, not making it do a full bend. Pretty good. In the garage, now, if you can lift up with your finger, you can. If you need a tool or something, you can always use that as well, but you should be able to get it just fine. Inside here is a gate. It's a two-way wire gate that registers the ball going in or out. So I'm not gonna go past that gate because right after that is a hard turn that sends it up to the buck that brings it up to the upper playfield. So I'm just gonna go and literally knock at the door. I'm gonna put the snake in there, and you can hear when I hit the switch, the wire form, right there. So that's my limit. That's as far as I want to go. You don't want to get stuck in there. You know, it's a complicated area to take apart. And we want to just, clean. You should always do a full tear down if your machine's in bad shape. Then once you tear down, then you can maintain that passageways and such with this. Okay, so on the left orbit, between the cooling towers, the Cletus 2x scoring, I'm sending Snake all the way through, and he is making his way. I can see sort of through here. I see movement. So that orbit goes all the way around the back to behind Homer's head. So I'm just gonna go in as far as I can here. If I wanna go in a little further, you can actually put the stick in. Just nice and easy. Slowly bring it out. Make sure you're not caught on anything. Never use force, don't pull, don't yank. There's wires, there's all kinds of switches and little things in there. Treehouse of Horror goes up. There's a gate right here. You can see that? It's right underneath the treehouse mod. I'm gonna actually push it forward and snake up and bring it through. And that feeds right. Now, behind here, there's this hole where I can see the VUC one level down. So I know I'm making it all the way there. Let me bring it back out. Your Simpsons is pretty clean, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, the upper playfield, the living room, has a lot of, I don't want to call them nooks and crannies, but it is kind of like a house, the kitchen, the dining room, the bedroom, whatever. So there's a kind of a 180-degree turn right here behind the television. You have where the VUC leads out comes from the left flipper feed, 2 stand-up targets, and you have this two-way wire gate that goes up a 45-degree bend into the locked couch, which then dumps the couch. Right? Yeah, it dumps the couch out. So for the living room, I'm just gonna keep the towel tight, push it right through here. I'm not gonna go too far in. You don't get stuck. It's a real tight turn, and it's a hard angle. You just keep it nice and easy. If you do get caught, you can always grab the towel, tighten the towel and pull it, and that'll help get it out of the rubber. Under the TV, same thing. I'm not gonna try and do a full rotation. I'm just gonna go in one end and the other. Now remember, there's a lock post in here that comes from above. It comes from right behind the TV. So don't go past the lock post. You just wanna clean both channels, the in and the out. Don't try and do a full rotation around it. Since this is open, the lock ramp for the couch, it's open. You can just place the PinSnake right on the top here and just go almost 45 degrees. Now it's not gonna go around and down. It only goes left and right, doesn't go up and down. But I can clean up to there. And then since this is pretty steep, I'm actually gonna turn the PinSnake on the side. I'm gonna lift the ramp up I'm gonna lift the wire form going into the ramp. And I'm gonna get right in there. And give a little, and since it's open, I can get through it. I'm gonna keep this wire out of the way. No reason bending the wires if you don't have to. Or you never want to, but you get the idea. Alright, so I'm gonna do the in lane and out lanes now, because this is where we see the most ball trails, and this is where I like to use the new pinball, or pin eraser, I guess you can call it, rubber ball that's in the PinSnake 2.0. if you have the latest model will have these square fins on it. This was just a design change. So I'm going to push the head right past the towel, one link. And that will allow me to put this together. See, and the ball's exposed. You're good to go. Now, I'm gonna spray with a little alcohol. I'm gonna do this off camera. I don't like to spray direct on the plate so you can avoid it. Just enough. I'm gonna start on this one right here. I spray with a little alcohol. I like to do it off the field when I can. I use 99% alcohol because it evaporates fast. Alright, put this in there. Start sending it through. He has a switch protector on this, so I'm just gonna be a little cautious, a little mindful. I'm gonna give it first a good cleaning. Go away, grab the head, grab the tail. I don't just grab the stick, I grab the whole thing. Back and forth. Nice. Now, I got some of them off already. I usually just give it a once over, a little bit more. Use a little more alcohol spray. And spray it out the ball. Right by the base. Keep the stick up. And like a scrub pad. You're putting pressure down on the fin. You start doing that, you start to feel a little pressure. Back off. You don't want to grind away anything on your play fields. It's basically keep it lubricated, keep alcohol on it, and it'll help break it down, you know, slow and steady. You're not trying to just gouge it out, you know. It's not like an old pink eraser. Once you start hearing that squeaky squeak, that's when you start to back off, and then you stop. Let's pick it all up. And it's a nice line that goes all the way down here. Just pull back a little bit. Okay. So we have a nice ball trail right here from the left extra ball switch right down. For those of you who don't know or don't understand what a ball trail is, basically the pinball stainless steel ball is running around getting blasted by plastic, rubber, metal, all those things microscopically are fragmenting. They're just laying dust all over the machine, you know, opposing forces. So the ball, as it rolls around, basically grinds all that powder slowly into your pinball machine. All right, so I'm going down the switch here. I'm just gonna grab it like normal. Be careful, there's a switch there. Have it set up first before you start, you know, going back and forth. Okay. Have it in position. Give it the usual back and forth. And still some left, obviously. It's gonna take some time to get off some of these ball trails. If you have years and years of ball trails, an eraser is not gonna take it off. You gotta start from scratch. You gotta clean it up. You gotta take it apart, get in there, and work at it. Make the wood shine again. Okay. You can usually see ball trails on light playfield colors, blues, like sky blues, yellows, purples, like the Simpsons here. Spray the cloth, use the tail, just get whatever I can off. It just looks like it's been there for a while. Well, it is kind of a left shooting game. There we go. Okay, for the shooter lane, there's a one-way wire gate there. Now it's a little short shooting area, so I'm actually coming from this side. I'm gonna lift the gate up. Just coming from this side. It's a lot easier than trying to fit, you know, this short lane, this snake into this short lane. There you go. Just kind of get a good hand position there. Now there's still some trail in there. We're gonna get a little more pressure. Let's see if we can do that with the eraser. Needs a little. Now, in an instance like this, I would just give it a little puff. I don't blast the play field with alcohol. I just get right on the stuff. Okay, looking better already. Take the cloth. That looks good. I'm okay with that. And that is the extensive rundown on how to clean a Simpsons pinball party. You can see the cloth got a lot of good stuff out of there, and the owner of these machines, he keeps them clean. So any dirt, you know, even the cleanest people, things happen. It gets dirty. I know looking at the machine, it's, you know, daunting. It just looks at it like, wow, there's so many things going on. Just have to take your time. Always look for switches. Always look for wires. Always look for spinners. Drop targets. Take the ball, bounce it around. When you have the glass off, play with the ball. Just see where it goes. You're not gonna hurt it, you know, just get through there, see what you can do, see where the ball goes, turn it on, play a few games, learn your machine, and then you'll be ready to clean it. Thank you so much for watching.